I had an idea. What we're going to do is we're going to call my friend Oki. And we'll see what he thinks about my idea. Okay. Oki. Yeah. Hello. Hi. Well, this is Richard. How are you? Excellent. Excellent. Hey, listen, I had an idea. I thought as I opened up a can of Frog Morton today, I was thinking, man, people don't get to really taste that very often. Well, I mean, I know, yeah, it's discontinued. But people do all the time make Ghost of Frog Morton. And so I thought maybe you and I, and Johnson, if he wants to, that'd be awesome. We could get together and we could try Frog Morton versus Ghost of Frog Morton. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's try it. All right, perfect. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Okay, so it's on. Frog Morton versus the Ghost of Frog Morton. Which one is better? Which one lives up to what it's supposed to do? Let's find out.
Hello again, everyone. It's good to have you with us for this event. It figures to be an exceptional one that doesn't need any build-up. And here comes the champion, Frog Morton from McClellan's Tobacco. The contents are Latakia and Virginia, but don't let that simple list fool you, because within those two ingredients is a full flavor English blend. And here comes the challenger into the ring, the Ghost of Frog Morton. He contains Black Cavendish, Burley, Latakia, and Virginia. And I don't know about you, but he doesn't look like the frog on the log to me. As we bring these two opponents together, it becomes obvious to the eye that these two do not look the same. The Ghost pales in comparison to the legend, Frog Morton. Frog Morton is much darker in color. The Stove Virginia stand out. The Black Latakia stands out. Whereas the challenger, the Ghost of Frog Morton, is lighter in appearance. What we see with it is more of the burley color, more of the Virginia color. We see less Latakia in this blend. They do not look equal. But before this competition begins, let's visit my colleague Sir Richard in the lab, where he's going to show us how to put together the Ghost of Frog Morton.
So tonight, we will be making the Ghost of Frog Morton here in the lab. But first, a bit of safety. We are deploying the safety goggles. Remember, I am a professional. Please do not do this at home. Well, except that I'm not a professional, and I guess we are asking you to do it at home. So let us begin. We take a bowl, and we take 2 ounces of Lane HGL, and we put it in the bowl. And then we take 2 ounces of Peter Stokkebye number 17 English Luxury, and we put it in the bowl. And then we mix. That's real important. We mix this all up nice and even, right? Oh, smell it already. Actually, at this point, it will smell nothing like Frog Morton, but that's okay. It has to be given some time to ferment. And to do that, we'll put it in our ball jar. So here it goes. And this is really the important part. If you do not let it sit and ferment and get everything mixed up and nice and sitting in there, put the seal on tight. If you don't do that, it's not going to taste anything like Frog Morton. And you're going to leave this in your cellar in a cool, dry place for a month. Maybe more, but at least a month. After that, you will have Ghost of Frog Morton, which I have already labeled.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So let's talk about Frog Morton's Ghost. When I first smell the sample that we all have, I smell sweet and I smell vanilla. There is a little bit of Latakia way in the back though, which is funny because I know that Peter Stokeby 17 has Latakia in it. When you smell Frog Morton proper, there's a lot of Latakia, and then you get a leathery, almost earthy smell that I think comes from those Great Virginias, which have now aged. So between the Frog Morton and the Frog Morton's Ghost that I had jarred up, they don't smell anything alike at all. You couldn't mistake one for the other at all.
That was a brutal blow.
For a love like yours, I beg, borrow, or steal.
Oki and Richard, first of all, let me say thank you for sending me Ghost Frog Morton and the Frog Morton. So I have a little bit of help here this evening. My wonderful helper, my beautiful wife. It is definitely sweet. And I really have to work on this. Like, I've got to really inhale to get any of that smokiness that I would be looking for. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There's not much smokiness.
Try this one. Go ahead, put your nose in there.
It's definitely smoky.
Definitely. Do you feel
I really like that.
anything tingle?
Yeah, it smells like a campfire.
Yeah, it does. Oh, this smells like some good stuff here.
The Ghost is getting pounded. So what can I say about the Ghost of Frog Morton that hasn't already been said? And I'm not sure there is much I can add to this. The aroma on this is more aromatic than it is English, by far. Although it has the tobaccos in there that are necessary to some degree to classify it as an English. But just right out of the tin, the smell I smell is primarily an aromatic smell of some kind of topping. Originally I thought vanilla. Now there's kind of like a combination of flavors I really can't distinguish, but it's not a tobacco smell. It's definitely a topping smell. So the question at hand is the Ghost a good replacement for Frog Morton? And based upon tin note, these two do not smell the same. The Ghost smells like a tobacco with a topping on it. There is a topping and a slightly chemical kind of smell that comes with toppings. And this one here, Frog Morton, you smell some smokiness and you smell a slight sweetness to it. So on tin note, the Ghost fails. The Ghost fails.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. There's not much smokiness to it.
They don't smell anything alike. They don't smell anything alike. They don't smell anything alike.
The Ghost is down! The Ghost is down!
1, 2, 3,
does it taste? Now here is the Ghost. I'm going to say that this tastes like a Danish mixture. It's got some English in the back, but there's a bunch of sweetness that comes out in the beginning. It's kind of forward. Yep. Let's try this again. Frog Morton and Frog Morton's Ghost, they are not the same. They are not in the same category.
I would consider this actually to be very light, or I wouldn't say very light, I would just say it is on the light side as far as room note.
You might even get away with smoking that in your mother-in-law's house.
I don't know about that. Yeah, the sweetness comes through, and it's not very powerful, definitely light.
It's pleasant.
I feel like there's some Cavendish in there. I'm getting the sweetness, and almost feels a tiny bit of like a chocolate sensation in there. Not very much.
So the Ghost of Frog Morton. What I taste with this one is, again, the topping, and there's a sweetness to it. The Cavendish is playing a big part in this. It's like Captain Black kind of Cavendish taste. It's not very strong, but it's there, and it's working with that topping. A little bit of smokiness, just a very little bit. Not very complex. It is predominantly the Latakia, which is low on this, and some sweetness from the Virginias and sweetness from the Cavendish, along with a topping.
Try our good friend, the Frog. Okay, so this is Frog Morton. Now this is an English crossover. I still feel the two pieces, but the English is out front, and the hint of sweetness, that's in the rear. Kind of the opposite of our friend the Ghost here.
Okay, instantly, I'm gonna tell you, this is way more potent. What do you sense with this one?
You might not get away with smoking that in your mother-in-law's house.
So this is, you think number 2 is more powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, I like it.
When it's described as being a rich, full, dark Latakia, that is exactly what it feels like. So nice and smoky, great room note, much more present than the Ghost. I think for the Ghost, it should feel more like an English blend at least. But it doesn't have that smokiness that I'm looking for. The Ghost, I'm gonna give it a It's not bad, for sure. It's not bad. I don't get any tongue bite with it yet, but this is different. So I'm going with the frog on this one, guys. And thank you, Amy, for helping me out.
Finally, the question is, does the Ghost of Frog Morton taste like Frog Morton? Is it a sufficient substitute for Frog Morton? Is the Ghost a good match for Frog Morton? And at the end of it, looking at the cut, looking at the ingredients, looking at the way it looks side by side, the taste, although the Ghost of Frog Morton is fine for what it is, it's really nothing like Frog Morton. The Ghost of Frog Morton is really a very poor equivalent to Frog Morton. They're two totally different tobaccos. The Ghost of Frog Morton is more heavy on the toppings than Frog Morton, so I would say no, the Ghost of Frog Morton is not a good match at all.
So in the end, is the Ghost the heir of Frog Morton? No, he is not. In fact, he's not even the third cousin once removed. He's not even in the family. The Ghost is at best the cranky old man who lives down the lane that the legendary Frog Morton used to live on, who sells stories to the tabloid press about the wonders of their adventures they had together, which are all lies. And that's it. Have a good night.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down I know I might be headed for teardrops, now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No.